Everybody, this is the captain speaking and welcome to my channel, The New Traveling Critic. I'm your host, Kapitan Kunupis, and tonight, February the 14th, 2026, Valentine's Day, you're finding me at the Amorous Project in Kifisia, northern suburbs, Athens. Tonight, I would like to talk to you about how to flirt a la Stanislavski. Now, if you're looking for an episode on how to make somebody love like want you, I'm afraid you're on the wrong channel, because the answer to that question is you can't. And the reason why you can't is because people have a will and a mind of their own. But this is about a theory of mine on how to increase your chances with somebody who might at least have a slight interest in you. Now, you might want to try it out to see whether it works, but I do not guarantee any success. As I said, this is just a hypothesis. Now, this can go either way. This can go for a man interested in a woman, or a woman interested in a man, or a man interested in a man, or a woman interested in a woman. I'm not here to judge your preferences. But since I'm a man interested in women, we're going to do this from my perspective. I started the theory back in the 1990s when I compared the 8 stages of love as described by Russian dramatist and stage director Konstantin Stanislavski, 1863 until 1938, with the 8 stages of love. What I did not know back then was that Stanislavski himself had developed the theory already. I think it was in his book An Active Repairs, but he mentioned the stages in a different order than I did. According to my opinion, the stages are as follows: physical action, imagination, concentration of attention, truth and belief, communion, adaptation, temporism, and emotional memory. So physical action means she needs to see you active, she needs to see you live. She needs to see how you interact with other people, family, friends, strangers, other women, maybe even pet, and of course, how you treat her and yourself. Once you've sparked your interest, it is time for the second stage, imagination. You need to keep up the positive vibes in order to ignite her curiosity. This is the moment where she needs to ask herself, what is it like to be with a guy? The third stage is concentration of attention, or as I call it, selection. Here, you need to put in a little extra effort, because here the question is, why you? Why among the thousands of men that are approaching her every day should she choose you? What is so special about you? What is it that makes you stand out? If you have achieved that goal, congratulations, you are on a date. As you get to know each other better, the fourth stage, truth and belief, or as I call it, debunking the myth, is inevitable. Because here you will realize that you're not the gods and idols you thought you were, but just human beings with their weaknesses and flaws. This is the why aren't you as I imagined you moment. But you were never created according to the imagination of somebody else. You were created according to the imagination of the divine universe and your parents' DNA. And this is the moment where many will slam the door behind them, labeling the other person as toxic and creep, or ghost them altogether. But in my opinion, this is an opportunity, instead of cutting bridges with the other person, building bridges towards them. The fifth stage, is communion, or as I call it, honest dialogue. Winston Churchill said, courage is what it takes to stand up and speak, but courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. This is the moment where you need to find the strength to speak the truth as you feel it, but also to find the strength to listen to what the other person has to say. But just make sure that you respond to what the other person says, instead of having your answers ready and waiting for your turn. Otherwise, this is not a dialogue, this is a monologue. The sixth stage is adaptation, which means putting theory into practice. Here the question is, who will lead? What activities are you going to pursue during the day? Now, the ideal thing would be that you share the same passion, but this isn't always the case. On the other hand, for instance, if she's into rock climbing and you're acrophobic, then I'm afraid she's not for you. But let's say that she's into baking and you're into cinematography. How do you lead the day? One idea would be that she leads the activities during the morning hours and you lead the activities during the evening hours. Thus, you adjust to each other and leadership is being shared. The seventh stage is temporism, which means give her time and respect her privacy. We all have lives of our own. We all have family and friends we want to spend our time with, and people need their own time to process the information they've been given. And finally, emotional memory. Make her miss you. Now that she knows what it's like to be with you, she needs to realize what she's missing when not being with you. This is a moment where she needs to be nostalgic about you and the things you share together. Just make sure they do not disappear altogether, but make your presence felt once in a while. Otherwise, she will think that you've been playing with her all along, and this is the fastest way to lose her. That being said, good luck. That was all for tonight, and until soon, stay well and goodbye.